Island investigation team begins excavating the mysterious swamp area, where workers immediately notice they're digging through layers that represent centuries of accumulated sediment and peat. As one worker explains, every scoop, we're going back another 100 years in time, revealing the incredible age of what lies beneath. The team discovers they're now digging into the same peat material that an ancient stone road was originally built upon, indicating this construction predates known historical activity on the island by potentially hundreds of years. The underwater stone road has accumulated approximately 20 inches of sediment on top of it, which speaks to its significant age and the time that has passed since its construction. This sediment layer provides crucial evidence that the road is much older than previously imagined. Metal detection expert Drayton is called in to scan the newly exposed peat layer that is contemporaneous with the road construction. The team believes that if there are any artifacts to be found, they would be located right in this specific layer. Gary's metal detector immediately begins picking up signals, and the excitement builds as they realize they're about to uncover something significant. Lagina and the team watch as Gary's detector indicates metal objects buried in the ancient peat. The first major discovery comes when Gary's detector reveals what appears to be the top of a keg, specifically the lid to a wooden barrel or keg that has been buried at the cultural level for centuries. The discovery of keg barrel pieces is particularly significant because it connects directly to historical findings from the original money pit excavation in 1861. When similar keg barrel pieces were recovered from deep within the treasure shaft, Drayton explains that historically, it weren't just gunpowder they put in kegs. It was all treasure coins as well, suggesting that these containers may have held valuable cargo rather than just explosive materials. The team finds not just one piece, but multiple pieces of barrel remains, each with different radiuses and construction, indicating they came from different containers and possibly different time periods or sources. As the excavation continues, the team makes another crucial discovery: coal scattered throughout the dig site. Finding coal is considered a big deal because it provides both temporal and purposeful indicators. Coal doesn't occur naturally on Oak Island, and it doesn't float, meaning someone deliberately brought it there and left it behind. The presence of coal indicates burn, events, and human activity, but raises questions about timing, since coal wasn't typically used on Oak Island until the 1860s. The mystery deepens as they find pounds of coal scattered throughout the area, suggesting significant activity involving fire and burning. Lagina emphasizes the importance of scientific methodology throughout the investigation, insisting that every piece of evidence be properly documented and preserved for analysis. He believes strongly in the application of science to solve these mysteries rather than speculation. Each artifact is carefully bagged to preserve any potential chemical traces that might reveal information about the material's origins, age, and purpose. Rick explains that these pieces might indicate a certain type of tool, i.e., a certain type of cultural influence, and that chemical analysis could provide crucial answers about who was responsible for this construction and why. The team also discovers cut wooden stakes and timbers that appear to be supporting the stone road construction. These stakes are clearly not natural. They show evidence of being deliberately cut and shaped for construction purposes. The stakes are found running perpendicular to the road and embedded deeply in the bog, suggesting they were part of a sophisticated engineering effort to create stable foundation support in the challenging swamp environment. The presence of these wooden supports indicates that whoever built this road understood the challenges of construction in boggy terrain and had the engineering knowledge to overcome them. Throughout this first segment, the team repeatedly emphasizes how this discovery is completely new to everybody and represents something unprecedented in the Oak Island investigation. The combination of the ancient stone road, the keg barrel pieces, connecting to 1861 money pit, findings the mysterious coal deposits, and the sophisticated woody support system all point to a major historical operation that has remained hidden beneath the swamp for centuries. As Rick concludes, the goal is not to speculate about why these items are there or how they came to be there, but to let scientific analysis provide the answers that will hopefully reveal the true story behind this incredible discovery. Dr. Aaron Taylor, a professional archaeologist, is brought in to provide expert analysis of the Stone Road discovery and offer his professional opinion on what the team has uncovered. His archaeological training and experience with historical construction methods make him uniquely qualified to assess the significance and likely purpose of this massive undertaking. After careful examination of the exposed stonework, Dr. Taylor concludes that what they're looking at is a road leading up to the suggesting it was designed to transport materials from a lower elevation near the water up to higher ground on an island. Dr. Taylor's analysis reveals that this road represents a rubbly pathway that extends considerable distance, and he theorizes that the builders possibly had built a little harbor somewhere to unload things. This assessment aligns with emerging theories about Oak Island being used as a transshipment point for valuable cargo. The archaeologist emphasizes that this road would have taken a lot of work to build, indicating it was not a casual construction project, but rather a major undertaking that required significant planning, labor, and resources. The level of effort invested suggests the road served a critically important purpose for whoever built it. As the team continues excavating, they make increasingly sophisticated discoveries about the road's construction. Rick Lagina discovers that there are multiple layers of stones, with another layer of stone underneath this one, revealing that the builders created a complex, multi-tiered foundation system. The construction becomes even more impressive when they find evidence of wooden cribbing and support structures running beneath the stone layers. This cribbing system represents advanced engineering knowledge. As the builders understood, they needed additional support to prevent the road from sinking into the boggy swamp terrain. The wooden support system includes cut stakes that are definitely not natural and appear to be running right under that big stone there. These stakes are carefully positioned and shaped, showing deliberate engineering rather than haphazard construction. The team decides to sample these wooden supports for testing, hoping that scientific analysis might reveal their age and provide clues about when this construction took place. The sophistication of the cribbing system suggests the builder had extensive experience with construction in challenging terrain and possess the knowledge needed to create lasting infrastructure. One of the most puzzling discoveries throughout the excavation is the repeated finding of coal scattered throughout the construction area. As Scott observes, coal doesn't float, so it's not like it came in here floating in the water. No, somebody left it here. This observation is crucial because it eliminates natural explanations for the coal's presence and confirms human activity. The team finds not just small pieces, but pounds of it now, indicating substantial coal deposits throughout the site. Tom Nolan questions what coal would be doing in this location, highlighting the mystery surrounding its presence. The coal discovery becomes even more significant when viewed in historical context. As the narrator explains, the only time we know coal was used in any volume on the island, at least as far as the search goes, was 1860 or beyond. There's no need to burn coal on that island in the search until then. This timing creates a historical puzzle because the road appears to be much older than the 8th, yet the coal suggests substantial burning activity. The presence of charcoal and coal deposits indicates burn events that someone deliberately created, but the purpose remains mysterious. The team's excitement continues to build as they discover more cut stakes and evidence of systematic construction. Rick notes that something would have to hold all this up. In a bog? Acknowledging the engineering challenges the original builders faced. The stakes are found in patterns that suggest deliberate placement to provide maximum support for the stone road above. Each discovery reinforces the conclusion that this was a carefully planned and expertly executed construction project. Scott captures the team's growing sense of significance when he observes, "We get excited about all these things we find, and we're just left with more questions." Tom adds, "Yeah, bigger questions," highlighting how each answer leads to new mysteries. The archaeological evidence clearly demonstrates human activity on a scale previously unknown in Oak Island's history. But the purpose and timing remain elusive. Rick acknowledges, well, it's a mystery. That's for sure. While Dr. Taylor agrees, absolutely. As this segment concludes, the team has established that they're dealing with a sophisticated construction project involving multiple layers of stone, engineered wooden support systems, and evidence of substantial burning activity. The road represents a major investment of time, labor, and expertise, suggesting it served a critically important purpose for its builders. The archaeological evidence points to planned, systematic construction by people with advanced engineering knowledge. But the identity of these builders and their ultimate purpose remains one of Oak Island's greatest mysteries. The team prepares to continue their investigation, knowing that each new discovery brings them closer to understanding this incredible feat of historical engineering hidden beneath the swamp for centuries. The investigation takes a dramatic turn when the team uncovers what may be the most significant artifact yet discovered in the swamp area. A large, hand-drawn chain and hook system that appears to be centuries old. This discovery occurs at the southern edge of the stone road, precisely where the construction transitions from the swamp area toward the beach. The chain's placement is not random. It is located exactly where one would expect to find equipment used for cargo operations. If the stone road indeed served as a wharf or slipway for maritime activities, expert blacksmith Carmen Legge is called in to examine the chain and provide professional analysis of its age and construction. Legge's expertise in historical metalworking makes him uniquely qualified to assess this artifact's significance. After a careful examination, he dates the chain to the 16th century, making it potentially 400 to 500 years old. This dating is revolutionary because it suggests activity on Oak Island centuries before any known historical occupation. Legge identifies the chain as a 3-point hitch system, and possibly even a 4-point hitch designed specifically for moving heavy objects. The practical application of this chain system becomes clear when the team analyzes how it would have functioned in conjunction with the stone road. As one team member explains, to me, you could stay there, a nice stable surface, hook a box or something very heavy, 3-point hitch, and unload out here, or load. This system would have allowed operators to securely attach heavy cargo containers or boxes and safely transport them across the challenging swamp terrain. The chain's robust construction indicates it was designed to handle substantial weight, supporting theories about valuable cargo being moved through this area. Rick Lagina recognizes the chain as significance in connecting various discoveries. If you're retrying to fit the chain to the road, to me, that's an explanation. The chain provides a practical explanation for how the stone road functioned as part of a larger cargo operation. Someone standing on a stable stone surface could use the 3-point hitch system to pull heavy objects across this heavy ground and then get it to the bog and pull it right up that road. This theory explains both the road's robust construction and its strategic placement between the water and the island's interior. The chain discovery gains additional significance when considered alongside other barrel-related artifacts found in the area. Drayton continues his metal detection work and discovers what appears to be barrel staves near the stone road. These wooden pieces are similar to those barrel staves we found digging in the swamp there during previous excavations. The barrel staves show the characteristic shape of container construction, being wider here than it is there, which is typical of barrel construction designed to create curved, watertight containers. The barrel stave discoveries connect to even older findings from 3 years prior, when Carmen Legge examined wooden cargo barrels found in the swamp area and determined they could be as much as 600 years old. This creates a pattern of evidence spanning centuries, suggesting sustained maritime activity in the swamp area over an extended period. The fact that multiple barrel remnants from different time periods have been found supports theories about repeated use of this area for cargo operations. Marty, who had previously been skeptical about the swamp's importance, undergoes a significant change in perspective as the evidence accumulates. He admits, "I have been absolutely wrong about the extent of the workings in the swamp. I thought there was nothing, and there's a lot there." This acknowledgement from Marty is particularly significant because he had been the more scientifically cautious of the Lagina Brothers, requiring substantial evidence before accepting theories about Oak Island's mysteries. The team's analysis of the road's termination point provides additional support for the harbor theory. Rick observes that they have clearly defined the extent of the construct of the road, and where it transitions to the beach. This transition point aligns perfectly with the theory that a larger ship offshore, a tender, comes, brings the material to a crafted slipway, or a wharf, or a dock. The stone road would have provided a stable surface for transferring cargo from small boats that could navigate the shallow swamp waters to the island's interior. As the excavation continues, the team discovers additional evidence supporting systematic cargo operations. More barrel staves are found, and the pattern of discoveries suggests this area was used repeatedly over many years, possibly decades or centuries. The sophisticated chain and hitch system, combined with the engineered stone road and multiple cargo containers, paints a picture of a well-organized operation designed to move valuable materials efficiently and secretly. Craig Tester examines the overall evidence and concludes that everything fits perfectly with the harbor theory. The chains, 16th century dating, the road's sophisticated construction, the barrel remains, and the strategic location all support the conclusion that this area served as a clandestine port for valuable cargo operations. The team realizes they may have discovered not just a road, but the remains of a complete maritime infrastructure designed to facilitate treasure operations on Oak Island. The implications of these discoveries extend far beyond the immediate finds. If the chain is indeed from the 16th century, it suggests Oak Island was being used for secretive operations during the height of European exploration and colonization of the Americas. The sophisticated engineering and substantial investment required for this infrastructure indicates whoever was responsible had significant resources and long-term plans for the island. As the segment concludes, the team prepares to continue excavating, knowing that each discovery brings them closer to understanding who was responsible for these operations and what treasures they may have hidden. On Oak Island centuries ago, the investigation reaches its most intriguing phase as the team uncovers a variety of wooden artifacts that provide crucial insights into who built the stone road and when this massive construction project took place. Among the most fascinating discoveries are hand-shaped wooden tools that appear to have been crafted specifically for construction purposes. These tools show evidence of deliberate shaping and wear patterns consistent with heavy use in building projects. Drayton identifies 3 interesting pieces of wood, including what appears to be barrel staves, and this looks like a handle with rounded edges. That could have been like an old pickaxe handle or an axe. The wooden tool discoveries are particularly significant because they represent direct evidence of the human activity that created the stone road infrastructure. These aren't random pieces of driftwood or natural debris. They show clear signs of having been shaped by human hands for specific purposes. One piece almost looks hand-shaped, suggesting it was carefully crafted to fit comfortably in someone's grip during construction work. The tools present at the construction site indicates they were used during the road's building process and then either abandoned or lost during the work. Scientific analysis of these wooden artifacts holds tremendous potential for solving Oak Island's mysteries. As the narrator explains, analysis might help identify not only its age, but also who brought it to Oak Island. Wood analysis can reveal not just when trees were cut, but also their geographic origin, potentially identifying whether the tools were made locally or brought from distant locations. This information could provide crucial clues about who was responsible for the construction and where they came from, potentially linking the Oak Island operations to known historical activities in other locations. Rick Lagina's analysis of the road's construction reveals the enormous scope of the original project. He emphasizes that there are big timbers underneath the stone road, which just underscores that was a massive undertaking. The discovery of large timber supports running beneath the entire stone structure demonstrates that the builders invested enormous resources in creating permanent, durable infrastructure. This wasn't a temporary or hastily constructed pathway. It was designed to last for decades or centuries and handle substantial weight and traffic. The strategic purpose behind the road becomes clearer as Rick develops his theory about the builder's intentions. He believes somebody put that road in for a specific reason, and I think they wanted it to not be found after they were done. This observation suggests the road wasn't just functional infrastructure, but part of a deliberate concealment strategy. The builders may have intentionally designed the road to be hidden beneath the swamp after their operations concluded, explaining why it remained undiscovered for centuries. The most tantalizing aspect of the road discovery is its potential connection to the original money pit. Rick theorizes that the road could be leading us back to where the treasure is, suggesting a direct link between the swamp operations and the famous treasure shaft that has captivated treasure hunters for over 2 centuries. If this connection proves accurate, the stone road could provide the key to finally understanding how treasures were transported to and concealed in the money pit area. The team's continued excavation reveals additional evidence supporting the road's extension toward the money pit area. Billy Gehart's excavation work uncovers aligned boulders continuing the road's path, suggesting the stone construction extends far beyond the currently excavated area. These aligned stones appear to follow a deliberate pattern that could lead directly toward the island's most famous treasure location. Gary Drayton expresses his excitement about this possibility, declaring, "I'm telling you, mate, we are onto something here." The discoveries in the swamp gain additional historical significance when considered in the context of Fred Nolan's decades-old theories about Oak Island. Fred Nolan, a longtime Oak Island researcher, proposed that the island was originally 2 separate islands and that a treasure galleon had been sailed between them, unloaded of its precious cargo, and then burned and sunk in what became a man-made swamp. The recent discoveries of charcoal and burned materials throughout the swamp area provide compelling evidence supporting Nolan's theory. The burned galleon theory gains credibility from the pattern of evidence found throughout the swamp. The substantial coal deposits, charcoal remains, and evidence of major burning events all align with the idea that a large vessel was deliberately burned in this location. The sophisticated stone road and harbor infrastructure would have been necessary to efficiently unload a galleon's cargo before destroying the ship to eliminate evidence of the operation. Metal detection expert Gary Drayton had previously discovered a badly burned strap in the swamp area, which blacksmith Carmen Legge identified as coming from an early 18th century ship. This discovery, combined with the current findings, creates a compelling case for Fred Nolan's theory. The evidence suggests not just that a ship was burned in the swamp, but that this was part of a carefully planned operation involving substantial infrastructure development. The implications of these discoveries extend far beyond the immediate treasure hunting aspects. The stone road represents sophisticated engineering knowledge and substantial resource investment, suggesting the involvement of well-funded, organized groups rather than individual treasure seekers. The 16th century dating of some artifacts indicates these operations began during the height of European exploration and colonization, possibly connecting to Spanish treasure fleets, pirate operations, or other major historical activities in the Americas. As the investigation continues, Marty Lagina acknowledges his changed perspective on the swamp's importance. Rick notes that the more discoveries we have found in the swamp over the years, the more I see the twinkle in Marty's eye. I think he's beginning to like the swamp. This shift in attitude reflects the mounting evidence that the swamp area may hold the key to solving Oak Island's central mystery. The team's systematic approach to excavation continues revealing new evidence daily. The combination of sophisticated construction techniques, ancient tools, burned ship remains, and strategic placement all point toward a major historical operation designed to conceal substantial treasures on Oak Island. With each discovery, the team moves closer to answering the fundamental questions that have driven treasure hunters for over 2 centuries. Who was responsible for Oak Island's mysterious constructions? What treasures did they hide? And where exactly are those treasures located today? The Stone Road and its associated artifacts may finally provide the roadmap needed to solve one of history's greatest treasure mysteries.